going, everyone? Today we have Mike Stutzel on with us today, current head coach of the Major Midget South Island Royals here in Victoria, BC. Last year, Mike was with the PCHA Academy as assistant coach, and he also played 5 years professionally, 9 games with the Phoenix Coyotes in the NHL, lots of games in the AHL, and also was a 4-year alum, Northern Michigan alum. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks, Brandon, for having me.
So, Stetsy, from your playing days to your coaching days, what can you share to some of these players, parents, and coaches?
Um, as far as what, um,
Playing on ice, training, how to prepare, just like major things that you've seen now that you're, I guess, out of your playing days, and what you've learned with through maybe some failures that you had, or some, I don't know if they're regrets or things that you look back on.
certainly there's there's a lot that as these kids go through the journey of minor hockey onto junior and zone teams and whether it be college or the Western League route, you feel yourself living vicariously through them and knowing what they're going through. It's exciting to watch them get excited letters from junior teams and things like that. It's a super exciting time for the kids as well as the families. As far as what's changed, I think the game has changed a lot, and it would be impossible just to coach the exact same way you were coached, because when I finished playing, there was a transition that started from a real physical, fighting, finish every check game, grind in the corners and get it deep type game, to a more possession, skill based, faster game. And I am still learning as a coach now, how to teach and coach the new age of hockey, compared to when I played. And so it's a lot of drawing on past experiences, but also learning about new ones. Watching hockey games, watching the NHL playoffs, how they play, where they are, what systems they play, and learn from that as well.
Agreed there. I mean, back, I'm sure in yours and our generation, lots of watching hockey on TV was how guys just learned the game. They watch their favorite player or watch a player on each team and just kind of watch their roots and what they would do. These days, just trying to develop more of that for kids to watch, whether it's their own shifts or NHL games or AHL or whatever, junior games too. I know only a few that do it all the time, but trying to really push that. And maybe you can share a couple things of when you watch games. What were you looking for back when you were a kid, and what did you enjoy most about that?
I think being a kid it's you're excited to see the players, and you're a fan of, like Wayne Gretzky and Steve Yzerman, Joe Sakic. You're a fan of the Olympic teams and everything like that. Just in all, I love the Canucks, and just could picture yourself as a kid being there and what that would be like, and how cool is that? And you see these players, and you're just starstruck and awestruck of them. And now watching a game, I'm watching like where they're going, which way are their toe caps facing, where are the wingers if the puck's on this side. I'm less of a fan now. I don't turn on the TV and root for the Canucks, no offense, but I root for certain players and good hockey. I would love to see Rick Bowness do well, as the whole hockey world would love to see him have a Stanley Cup. But, again, you're rooting for individuals, and less for the team. But now I find myself just watching what they're doing rather than sitting back and enjoying the speed. But, during COVID, before the NHL playoffs started again, we got a chance to see on Sportsnet and everything. They played games from 1980 to 2019. And just watching like the late 90s, early 2000s when I came through, it just the change from 15, 20 years to where we are now is crazy. It's a different game, and it's still exciting, still a great game. It's just different.
Just from, I guess, looking back at the way that you played, what are like one or two things that you could excel in today's game as how it's evolved?
I was always a big body, and a little bit deceptively fast because I am a big body. I think I would win a lot of pucks in the corners and have good puck possession that way. And I think I like to think that I would do if I was 15 right now, I would still be a good player. Playing on my zone team and with aspirations of moving on. I would be less sore because I used to finish every single check. I would stand in front of the net. I wasn't a tough guy by any means, but I wasn't, because I was big, I could never back down. I was not tough. So, I feel my shoulders now and everything like that. You just never stop moving. You just ran into guys. Whereas now, you have to read if you're out of position to go finish a check. But I think I could learn it. That's the player I was back then, and that's the player that got me started at my adult life. So.
Yeah. From just finishing up playing and also on the coaching perspective, all these coaches love those big guys, but not only the big guys, but the players that are able to win pucks in the corner, stick battles, positioning, and that gives their team puck possession, and who knows, could be 3, 5, 10, 15, could be 1 minute of puck possession in the offensive zone that makes a huge difference. Those players make a huge difference, where a lot of players who just don't quite understand it, they lose too many pucks and they just don't want it enough. And the players that want it usually come up on top at the end of the day.